started this, I didn't think it was going to be such a crazy project. It all started a long time ago when I found a fish tank. I think it was 2012 or 2013. I was going to work like I always do on my bike, and I found a fish tank in the alley. So me being me, I said, hey, I'm going to get some pet fish. And so I went home and started researching about it. Most places would recommend that you buy all these expensive gadgets and equipment for your tank. And I just thought ponds and lakes don't have that stuff. So I just started researching more, and I found this video on YouTube that was titled, I haven't cleaned my fish tank in 3 years. So I was like, hey, that sounds like it's up in my alley, what I'm looking for. So when I clicked it, he just had his camera on the fish tank the whole time, and he was explaining how he hadn't cleaned it ever. And at the end of the video, he pans up and he shows all the plants on the top of his fish tank, and it all clicked so that he could use the waste from the fish to feed his plants, and the plants basically clean the water. So then, me being me, I said I need to make an aquaponics system. So for the past 4 years or so, I've been researching and studying and planning, collecting and saving and preparing for this. During the time of me studying and watching videos and learning about it all, I grew just normal herbs and spices on my windowsill so that I could see if I could even grow plants in the first place. I've always been pretty good with growing plants. I wouldn't say I have a green thumb, but most of the seeds I've always planted grow. When I was a kid, I grew a bunch of watermelons from seeds that my dad told me that I wouldn't be able to grow watermelons from. So it's been a lot of research, and recently I found another fish tank, and it was a really tall fish tank, so I had this idea of putting a fish tank inside of a fish tank. So I figured the fish tank on the inside would be where the fish are, and the outside tank is the sump, and that would be where the water spills into. And everything was working out pretty good. But during the process of setting up my tank and making this video, I accidentally cracked the bottom of it, and after that I told myself, no decorations. Too many decorations. I put, I guess, too much weight on the bottom. So I had to go to plan B, which was just use the one big tank. During my setup process, I had a couple ideas that didn't really work out. You'll see in the video that I used some bottles. I was trying to make a bunch of bubbles, I guess, but what it did was, it did the opposite. It siphoned water backwards into the air pumps, and it was really weird. It would pour out a lot of water. It would basically siphon out all the water. I didn't play with it too much, but that's a really interesting thing that I discovered. When I was putting water in the system and getting ready to turn it on, I realized that my water pump didn't pump 7 feet high, so I had to order a new one. And during my wait, I went ahead and planted some seeds, and they grew before I got my pump. I had to get grow media fast, so I ended up getting grow stones and lava rock. The lava rock got here first. The end of this video would be when I get fish, and the fish that I got are to test the system. If they end up surviving, which I think they will, then I'll go to the store and get more fish. So this project's not anywhere close to being done. In the middle of making this video, I found another rack identical to the one that I have, so I'm going to set up a whole second half of the system to grow more plants. And that system will still go into the same swirl filter. I still need to order and buy grow lights, and I have a lot of other little things to finish up here and there for the system. So I'm not 100% done yet. I'll probably have a handful of more videos and update videos. So when I set up the second half of this system, I guess that'll be video 2. I'm definitely no expert at this, I have been researching it for a very long time, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. The one thing I would want to tell everybody out there who is thinking about starting an aquaponics system, I would personally say you should just go ahead and start now. I regret not starting 4 years ago. I should have started small, but instead I let it build up and become this massive project, which is cool. But I regret not starting sooner so that I could learn more through experience. So that's it for this video, and in the next video, I'll be setting up the second half and probably getting some grow lights to go along with the setup. So I'll see you guys in the next video.